When the Minnesota Fighting Vikings brought back Chris Reed, the pride of Mankato State University Community College, back to the great state of Minnesota after he had a very nice season filling in for Quentin Nelson at guard for the Colts, a nice little 2-year free agent deal. The thought was that Chris Reed would compete for guard or maybe even center if Garrett Bradbury didn't pan out. And Chris Reed, he had moved to second-team center after Garrett Bradbury got lit up at the first pad of practices. But Bradbury, respect, has evened out a little bit and has even gotten a little bit better, so we shall see. But a wrench has been thrown into the possible plan of replacing Garrett Bradbury with Chris Reed, and that Chris Reed, he's dinged up. Now, I'm not ready to say that it's a Zimmer tweak, but you know, it's not good. It's a minor ilion abduction. Chris Thomas and Pioneer Press, go. Vikings offensive lineman Chris Reed not practicing today due to undisclosed injury. Now, undisclosed location is up here. Undisclosed injury, about there. He sat out Sunday at Las Vegas. Now, it was a little bit surprising because it hadn't mentioned anything about Chris Reed missing practice last week or potentially sitting for the game. So you thought maybe it was just, all right, a veteran day. You know what you got in Chris Reed. You want to get Austin Schlottman some look at second team center and then go from there, right? But then Thomason added offensive lineman Chris Reed not practicing today, Wednesday, during practices against the Niners, which is the first full day of practice since Sunday because they were due to practice Tuesday, but they took that off. It's whatever. He has a wrap on his right arm. Now, what's interesting about that right arm note is that there have been a lot of hullabaloo about Kellen Mond muffing a couple of shotgun snaps during training camp. Now, Kellen Mond spent a lot of time in shotgun at Texas A&M back at College Station, man. So him fielding a shotgun snap, not really an issue. But Chris Reed was the center on most of those snaps. So I don't know if it's just him being out of practice, even though he does have a handful of center snaps in preseason with the Dolphins and the Colts, or if the injury was bugging him. Who really knows, right? So this is going to put a pause on the Garrett Bradbury is not going to be the starting center for the Vikings, and Chris Reed is going to come in and take over. So I think it does open things up where we had handicapped the field before, and I thought it was probably 80% chance that Bradbury was going to start week 1 against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers and Kenny Clark. But that number probably is going up now since Chris Reed, who had been the viable option number 2, is currently behind the 8 ball with a potential injury. And Austin Schlottman, respect, he looked good with the 2s. I think the Vikings second-team offensive line looked really good protecting Mond as well as opening holes for Ty Chandler and King Kene and Wangu. But is Schlottman ready to make that jump to starting center? Possibly. But it will be interesting, these final 2 preseason games. I think that Bradbury could and should play in both of them, just that Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell and Chris Cooper make sure that they feel okay with the Grim Reacher in year 4, or Chris Reed maybe gets over his reported injury and gets back in and shows what he can do in preseason. Also, don't rule out Schlottman, I guess, because he does have history with Chris Cooper and Justin Riscotti, the 2 offensive line coaches, as well as Curtis Montkins, a run game coordinator, so he does have it in there. Plus, let's get nuts. Let's move Wyatt Davis to center. We're going to talk about that here in a sec because that's something that I've dreamed about. Because, like we outlined yesterday, we have 80% of a Super Bowl caliber offensive line. Darisaw is going to be a future All-Pro. Ezra is a fantastic stud at left guard, great movement skills. Ed Ingram is going to be a rock. Brian O'Neill is one of the best right tackles in the game. You just need that center position. You need the pivot, man. I understand, hey, 80%, that's a passing grade. That's a B-, but, we're an Asian parent here. So what do you mean B? It mean you be homeless unless you get A. All right, so we're going to upgrade there at center, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully, Chris Reed gets back into the derby, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit of a soap opera at that center position as of right meow, as the world turns. Is it going to be Bradbury? Probably. Could it be Chris Reed? Maybe. Could it be Schlottman? Sure. Could it be someone else? Who knows? Who really knows? But your thoughts are our thoughts. Reportedly, Chris Reed has an arm injury. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.